What is up, my YouTube friends? Good evening to all. And I first want to make a massive apology for the live stream that didn't happen last night. I know it happens. Sometimes things just don't go right. I got a new PC this week, and I was also doing some Mac M1 testing last night, and the new PC I didn't get fully tested last night when we were going live. The audio just wouldn't work. And so after completely redoing the machine today and testing for about 6 hours, we are up and ready to go. And it's a really funny story as to how we managed to actually figure out why the stream wouldn't work last night. But you know what? It is what it is. Hopefully everybody's having an awesome night. Let me know how you're doing and where you're from. And we are going to play a little bit of fun. I'm going to just kind of test things and make sure that we get to clown around and have some fun and that everything is working right. But for those of you who do not know, I answer your live streaming questions on this live stream. And so if you're interested in knowing how you can get your questions answered, well, we're going to paste a little linky in here, and you can just follow that link that I just posted in there, and you can obviously do whatever you need to do. And you were trying... What's that? Yep, we're going to go ahead and play the accepting responses thing. I think that's a good idea. So we are officially open. Oh, man. Yeah, baby. We are open. I see somebody said that I'm blurry. Am I blurry or am I not blurry? I'm not seeing it on my image here. It looks perfectly fine, but you know, I could be wrong. Are you seeing anything blurry up there on your monitor, honey? All right. The forum is open for questions. I got 2 people saying it's blurry. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I'm not sure why that would be. Okay. All right. Cool. Tech for your needs in the house. We got Aussie Wheels joining us tonight. Jason Bowman. Hello, Jason. It is awesome to see you, the logician, regulating the chat. It's awesome. Okay, so we just have some folks who might be watching in a lower resolution. Your focus is maybe a little bit soft. Hey, we're doing this already. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Rob. I appreciate it. I wonder if this is going to work. Probably not. Let's see. This should be accompanied by a voice, and it's not. So we're going to just flip it on.
Boom. There we go. So I had a Viking in here usually, but the Viking just isn't working. Like the whole face is all weird and stuff, but don't, you know, we're not gonna let it get us down. We're gonna go with, usually it's a knight here, but we're gonna go with the Viking. The evil Viking. I think is he evil? He could be evil. Hey, Dr. Rob, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I should go over and read your comment. Oh, yeah. Love y'all, Michael, Monica, Tech, EXE. Sweet. Now don't forget about Stream Tunes right over here. There's a link in the description so you can check it out. It's totally free. DMCA Music. There is no catch. You go there, you can use it for your videos, you can use it for your live stream. And you get wicked awesome tunes just like this. And every time you use it on Spotify or anything like that, the money that they make, part of that is actually donated to keeping music programs alive in Canadian schools, which is totally epic. Yeah. Alright, well I think we should go and see what Monica's up to. Yeah, what do you think? Start. Yeah. Man, I was still a voice.
It's on. I don't know. The hotkeys are not working to perfection this evening. That's another bug I'm still working out, but you look fantastic.
Why, thank you. I appreciate that.
The voice is tough to follow. Sorry, Seeking Trades. So how are you doing tonight, honey? It's a
I'm
different
good.
night. We don't usually stream on a Thursday, but
No,
things happen.
things happen. Yes,
We're
yes.
supposed to be watching BattleBots tonight.
Well, you know, technical difficulties yesterday pushed us to today. It'll be back again hopefully next week on a Wednesday, but for tonight we can muster through.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
So, do we have any questions yet?
Let me check. We have 6 questions so far. Yes.
6 questions. That's pretty
Six
cool.
questions.
I wonder
Yes.
why the I wonder why the screen might be blurry for some people. That's weird. We've never had anyone say that before.
I
So,
did say
uh,
something about the resolution, that somebody did say it
yeah.
was the resolution. They refreshed or something, and now
All
it's
right. Well, there we
yeah.
go. The logician says hi, Goxler, Empress Monica.
Counselor.
Yes, the Goxler is back.
Thank you.
Richard put it up to 1080. That's good. Well, we work in 1080 too. And we've got some awesome plans coming up too because of the new PC. We are going to do some live streaming on another channel for games. And I'm going to explore the realms of how to produce a live stream in VR, which should be very, very interesting and fun to see. So if you think I'm having technical difficulties now, just wait, baby. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. But we're going to show you how to add your chat in VR. We're going to show you how to add um, uh, alerts in VR, all that kind of fun stuff. It's going to be pretty epic. All right. But how are you doing tonight, Pumpkin?
I'm okay. I am
You're
okay.
okay?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
great?
It's actually good though because today's Thursday, which means
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow is Friday. So who doesn't love Friday? So that's good. So
I
I
love
am looking
Friday,
forward to
man.
a Friday. Yes.
Every day
Oh
is like
yes.
Friday, yo.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's answer some questions, beautiful lady.
Okay. All right. Let's see what our first question is here. The first question is from Keontae Coleman. He says, "Can you address connecting Zoom to OBS to stream to YouTube? I'm having a lot of audio issues."
Okay. Um, well, let's go over to the main panel here. And what was the user's name? Oh, I gotta turn that off. Can't be running that over and over again. So what? Friday's the last day of the market. Hey man, you might be the only one who's disappointed about that. What was the user's name for the question? Keontae Coleman. And so the first question is, what are you doing in Zoom that you need to have it? Zoom is always going to be a platform that they don't want you using. So are you going from OBS to Zoom and live streaming in Zoom, or are you going from Zoom because you're capturing your guests into OBS? I guess that's my first big question. Hopefully you can chime it up in the chat and let me know which one of those issues. But it does say he's going from Zoom to OBS. Right, so I'm assuming that he's adding guests through Zoom. So let me show you a better way to do that. We're going to go over to my tutorial screen here. And you can see I'm in OBS. This is just me. But I can add a guest in here if I like, in the same manner that I'm using Monica on the Monica Cam. Right now she's connected to Streamlabs Melon. There's a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. I want to do interviews. Okay, Keontae, I'm going to show you an easier way to do it. So Monica calls in on Streamlabs Melon. When she talks, I can hear her even when you can't hear her, and then I can add her voice into the scenes that I want to add her voice into. That way she can listen to the entire live stream. I can hear her if she has a response, and she can tell me what's going on in the chat if I miss it. But also I can add her to the live stream. So if I click the plus, I happen to have her on a different window. or a different monitor. But you could do this in window capture or monitor capture. I'll show you both ways. So I'm going to go to display capture first, and we're going to capture the monitor that she is on. It's actually this tiny one right here. So we are using Melon. Yep, you're on screen, honey. So you can see it has me on here and her. We are both physically in this scene. If I go like this, you can see I'm in there as well. And very soon, Michael will be joining us on this in this scene as well. So we'll actually have 3 people in Melon. But what I do then to add the guests is I could go and I'll hold down the Alt key, and I have to get on the right screen. I'll hold down, there we go. Get on the right screen. I hold down the Alt key and I crop her up. Now she's on a green screen. Your guests obviously won't be, and that's fine. They'll have their regular backgrounds in there. But there we go. So now she is a part of my stream. I can move me to the front, or theoretically I could do this a different way, and I could just remove this altogether and just go up here, and I can put her on the screen like that. We could go like this. So we can do it. We could do this that way as well. And then I can just basically hide my video capture device like this. And there we go. So you can see the one problem here is we're not getting audio. So for me, I'd have to add my microphone in. And for Monica, I would go to the plus and I would go to audio output capture. And we're going to add the desktop. And we'll click OK, and we're just going to select how I'm listening to the desktop audio, which is my headphones. And now if she talks, go ahead and talk there, Pumpkin. And there, yep, well they can't hear you, but I can hear you, and it is showing up on the desktop. So there you go. That's how I would add a guest to my live stream. That's how I add a guest every time we do this on my live stream. So there's a link to Melon down in the description, and you can do this for free on Melon. You can see I'm not going live on Melon. If you use the free version, you're going to have a little Melon watermark up here, which is fine. You know, if you're crafty, you can just kind of do this, and then there's no Melon watermark. So there are lots of different things that you could do. I can also grab this and drag it over here. If you notice over here, there are all kinds of different layouts for multiple people. You know, so there's a lot of different things that you can do to set this up, and it works really well. So I suggest that instead of going through the rigmarole of using Zoom, where you can't even select where you want your people to be, if you do this, you can switch them around. You can have them set in all kind of different locations. I can, you know, move them around so that if the names happen to get mixed up, you can fix that. There is also a way to add the names. So if I go out of maximized mode here and I go over here, let's see. So I can go into design. I forget where it is. It's been a while since I've actually poked around in here. We're going to go back. Text, video, settings. It might be in text. It's not in text either. But when your guests come on, they put their name in, and then I can go into one of the settings here, and so it will add the participants' names. Let's see here. Show on top, speaker indicator. So that's what that orange box is around me. And if Monica talks, the orange box will go around her. Go ahead, talk. See, the orange box will go around Monica. And we can go to show names, and it'll put the names right up here in the top right hand corner. And that's going to work for any layout that we choose. So the names will stay there. So this is a great way to basically caption. Oh, hold on. Let me, so the names will stay there. This is a great way to set it up, to caption or do whatever you want and add guests. And believe it or not, this is amazingly reliable. You know, you don't have to mess around. People aren't going to move around the screen. When someone joins, it's okay. You can just move people around to get them where they want. And the names always stay where they're supposed to stay anyways. So if you're interested, the link is in the description down below so that you could check it out. I highly recommend it. I really do enjoy it. Now, if you wanted to add this on a window capture, let's remove this. And then I can just go, I can click the plus and I can go to window capture. And window capture, you know, you just drop this down and you select the window, in this case Chrome. And the reason why window capture is less desirable is because, first of all, you have to have the window maximized, even if it's behind where you're at. But it also generally tends to have performance problems that display capture won't have. So, but you could do the same thing there, and you can see Michael is here as well. So let's bring him in. Boom, there we go. And we can set it up this way, and I can drag these folks around like that. And what I can do is go ahead down here. Am I on the right thing? I think I am. No, I'm still on the wrong screen. All right, I got to make sure my mouse is on the right screen, but I can crop this up like this. And since I have the background green screened out, if I really wanted to do something cool, what I could do is I could go and I'll put this in here like this, and then what I can do is I can right click on it and I can go to filters and I can add a chroma filter, chroma key, and this will basically take out all of the backgrounds just like that. So there we go. Anything that's green, it will remove it. It looks pretty cool. So hopefully that answers your question. I know that's a lot to take in, but there are a lot easier ways to add guests than using Zoom, and you'll get a much better audio quality as well. Let me go back up here and set my window up so that so that we can see Monica again the way that she's supposed to be seen. And we'll go get another question. All right. That was a good question. I hope I still have your name on. Let me fix that.
Okay.
Bottom. Speaker indicator doesn't need to be on, and show names can be off. And now we're all set. There we go. Looking good.
Awesome.
Hopefully that answers your question. It's so much easier, Keontae Coleman. You are not going to have to worry about the headaches of Zoom anymore. So there you go. Let's do it, baby. Oh, wait, I got a really quick, easy question. The Proggers Gamer asks, which is better to use, OBS or Streamlabs? Streamlabs might seem easier to a beginner, but it uses up a lot more of your computer cycles than OBS will. So OBS is a much smaller, lighter program. It might be slightly more difficult to use to a beginner, but you're going to end up using OBS anyways, so you may as well just bite the bullet and start using it when you first start out, because you're just going to get frustrated with all the overhead that's taken up by Streamlabs OBS. Anyway, go ahead, baby.
Okay. Okay. This next question is from Luke the Gamer.
Hello, Luke the Gamer.
Wanting to know how to add lyrics to OBS and scripture for easy worship with camera and live stream.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll show you how we can do that. I'm going to go over here to my tutorial screen, and to do this we are actually going to go to a web page. We're going to start a new session. I think it's all Stream Hub. And I actually have a video on this, so there's probably not much point in me spending a busload of time on it. Let me see if I can find the video for all Stream Hub, because it's a good one. It's going to basically give you everything that you want, including lower thirds, scripture. I believe the video is called like the best YouTube tool I've seen. We got in 2020 or some 2021 or whatever the heck year it is. Let me see if I can find it. If hopefully Tech Examined or the Logician find it before me, but it is here. Let's see here. Jelly's in the house. Hello, Jelly. How are you doing? Here it is, greatest free tool. This is the one, I believe. This is going to show you how to put your scriptures, song lyrics, and everything. And the best part about this tool, is that the scriptures are already in there in multiple different ways. So depending upon which book your worship service uses, those different scripture books are going to be in there. You just select them, and it's really easy. In fact, the person who's doing the stream can be a producer who can just turn on the scripture one by one as they see fit, or the song lyrics. It's really, really simple. Or if you happen to be the one giving the service, someone else can easily be putting those things on screen from their cell phone or from another machine. It is super easy to use. Definitely check it out, and the Logician just about got it at the same time. So there you go. Let's go get another epic question. All right, babe.
Okay.
That's 2 down.
2 down. That's right.
2 down. Uh-oh, we're going to get whisked away. Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Even the hotkeys work. Woo! Wolfie Games says, just wanted to tell you and everyone here to love yourself and that you are love. Positive vibes. Love it, Wolfie Games. Thank you so much, man. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, Stream Tunes. They're doing something. They're giving back. I love it. I tried this week. I actually did. I busted it out. I busted it out and tried to fix and it didn't work. I still can get chased by that evil squeaky dragon monster. You know, but heck, I just gotta run faster. Thank you so much, Wolfie Games. You rock, man. I appreciate it.
All right. That was fun. Am I still voicing it? No. Wow, the hotkeys worked that time. Yay!
Yay.
They can be taught. All right, babe. Did I even get any of the question?
No, I don't think you did.
I
Not
don't
yet.
think you do.
We don't
All right,
think
well, let's
you
do it.
This question is from Jasmine.
Hello, Jasmine.
She says, I have a Windows 10 and I stream
Oh.
on Twitch. However,
Yeah.
when I try to stream, it just sticks on one frame. I talked to someone and they said my GP was low. What can I do to fix this?
Well, I have a video that does an awesome job of determining exactly what is causing your live streaming issues. So if somebody could pop in to the chat the video that goes through live streaming latency and lag and all that stuff. Let me see if I can find it here myself, since I don't remember what this one is actually called. Of course, Fix a Laggy Stream is what it's called. And I'm going to post the link right in here. And this walks you through all the steps to troubleshooting your live stream so that you can figure out what is actually causing your problem. Is it really your GPU? Is it your CPU? Is it your internet connection? Well, that video right there is going to walk you through how to figure it out. Time to buy a new chair. Yes, Aussie Wheels, I do think you could be right. This is a very complicated chair, and it's probably like 900 years old.
No,
and
no.
it weighs
You are
so
too
much.
cheap to buy a new chair. Not going to happen.
Michael in
I
my
had to
ear
cut
is
in.
telling me that I'm too cheap to buy a new chair. And let's be perfectly honest with you. He's totally
Not
right.
happening. Never
I
happened.
think I bought Monica a new chair recently, though. So
At Christmas last year, and it is awesome. I love it because I work solely from home right now, so I do like my new chair. It is.
the Logician says save money on chairs and buy a new PC and a Mac computer. I just did that. Man, my wallet is not happy, but you know what? The amount of content that I'm going to be able to do for you guys because of this new equipment, I'm so excited. New computers are so much more fun. Yeah, they are pretty cool. Oh man. Oh, that's right. I forget we're on this screen, so Michael was vocally audible.
Oh yeah.
All right,
That's why
babe,
I
what you
did it.
got? Let's get to the next one.
Okay, the next one is from GD Noah.
Hello, GD Noah.
What is the best way to start a gaming channel, specifically Geometry Dash?
Geometry Dash, which is a game. Now I know this. I didn't know that before. What's the best way to start a gaming channel? Well, let's go over here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about. Let's see. He loves JP loves the figurines behind me. Thank you. I appreciate that. They're for sale. If you're looking to start a live stream on Twitch, well, you got to be comfortable with making sure that you are creating content that's going to go across all platforms. And that means YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, because the only way that you can get noticed on Twitch is to make sure that you have an audience somewhere else. There is just no discovery. There is no algorithm on Twitch that could get you noticed. The other way to do it is on YouTube. And to be honest with you, the best way to get noticed on YouTube is probably to do themed streams. So if there are certain types of accomplishments or certain goofy ways to play the game or something like that, theme a stream around that, record stuff, and then create bespoke video content from the actual live stream that you can post later in short form to draw people's attention to your stream. Those would be the ways that I would, probably go about doing it. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure the time is good right now to start Twitch streaming. If you were going to start, the best place to start is probably YouTube. And the reason is just discoverability. YouTube has an algorithm that will find an audience for your content if it's good, if you get a lot of good responses from your audience. With that being said, YouTube's audiences are much easier to grab if you're taking stuff from your live stream and making bespoke content from it as well. So there you go. There you go. If you guys have a question, which I see a couple of you folks posting questions in the chat, there is a link that you have to click to go ahead and enter it on the form, which guarantees that we get to all of the relevant questions that you may ask. And by relevant, I mean relevant for everyone. If you have to preface your question with the statistics of your machine, it's probably a question that is directly for you, and that is something you can definitely become a member of the Streamer Squad and then come onto our Discord and answer that. If you don't know, we do have a membership program, which is absolutely epic in my opinion. But don't take my word for it. Let me show you what it's all about here, if I can find it. So yeah, there are two main ways to become a supporter of the stream through the membership program. The Super Supporter gets some cool emotes. And it's a lot of fun. You get to support me and all that good stuff, and I really do appreciate it. It's inexpensive just because it's a tier out there just for folks who like what I do and want to make sure I can keep doing it. And then the Streamer Squad gives you access to the Discord server. I'm on there all the time. Tech Examined, The Logician is on there, Aussie Wheels is on there. You can talk to lots of people who know a little bit about live streaming and editing and things like that. You have access to me, and you get access to goofy test streams that I do and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. Those are the memberships. If you just click a join down below, well, there you go. You can get access to that. So I do appreciate anyone who has the means to support the channel. And Richard, I totally understand, man. It's just if you have the means, I really do appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Let's go and get another question from the beautiful Monica. Hello, honey.
Hello. All right. We are going to ask a question from Cyperian, which I believe is Cyperian Foxclaw, which I believe is Orion or Onion to you.
Onion's in the house. Blue-Eyed Skiddy just renewed the membership. 5 months
Nice.
already. It's hard to believe, man. That's
Wow.
awesome. Thank you so much, Blue-Eyed Skiddy. That is epic.
Okay. All right.
Jelly's a
So,
member. He's got the troll face on. Yeah.
Whoa. Look at you. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask the question now. Cyperion says, I can't get my stinger to transition smooth. You can still see the next scene a few seconds before the transition, and I'm up to 4,000 frames transition point.
Okay. Let me go through and show you how you can do this. I'm gonna flip over here. We're gonna go in here. All right. So when you build your transition, you obviously have a moment in time where it's covering the entire screen. The way that I build my transitions is usually either 3 seconds or 4 seconds. And since I run my live stream at 30 frames per second, if I do a 4-second one, that would be at 60 frames. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to go here and we're going to add a stinger. I don't know what stingers I actually have available. We're going to go and see if we can find something. Let's go into our OBS and we'll go into our current live stream. And let's see if we have any stingers here that we can check out. I don't know actually what I have. We're just question form open sponsor. Yeah, this is the wall stinger, the WebM. Okay, so I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing the wall stinger is 3 seconds, and so instead of milliseconds, go to frames. It's a lot easier to figure out. So let's say it's 4 seconds, and the transition point would be at 60 frames, halfway. So I just put at 60 frames, we go to transition preview, and we can see that's not going to work. That's not going to work. We stay on B a lot longer. So this one might be 2 seconds. Let's try 30 frames, and we'll preview it, and boom. There we go. So just go down here and set this to frames, first of all, because you know how long the clip is. So set this to frames. And then mess around with your frame point and go ahead and preview it. So if it goes from B to A, now it'll go from A to B, and you just want to make sure that you don't see any B crossing over to A. Now the other thing that I want you guys to be aware of, this audio fade style right here, you can go in here and you can set it to crossfade, and that's how I'm able to continue the conversation even when I'm transitioning from one scene to another. Because if the same microphone is in both scenes, it will just continue to cross over from one scene to another. If I set up my transitions to fade out and fade back in, then what would happen is my audio would fade out and then fade back in, even though it's the same audio source. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your transitions. And now if I add another scene, we can see that this should be the proper transition. Boom. There we go. Looking good. They don't, no bleed over. So hopefully that helps you out. You know, I hope so. Instead of doing it by milliseconds, do it by frames, and then you can easily figure it out. If you created the stinger, you can easily figure out what the halfway point is or where it's all marked up, because you should know what frame that is, or you can easily figure it out. Hopefully that helps you. Let's get another question. All right,
Okay.
babe.
Next question comes from Matthew Kelly.
Hello, Matthew.
For asking someone to become a guest on a live stream, what is the best way to contact the host who runs the guest speaking stream, and you can be featured in their channel and discuss our stuff with the host?
All right, so do you know what this question means?
To me, you're asking me.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like he's asking, like, if I wanted to be on your stream, how would I contact you and say, hey, I want to be on your stream? That's what I get out of it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go over here, and I'm going to interpret it like you just said. Okay, so if you're trying to get on somebody else's stream, the easiest way to figure out how to do that would be to go to their profile and go into their about and see if they have contact information. You just contact them, on the you just contact them through their email address and say, hey, I'm really interested in what you do. I'd love to be on the stream. Here's what I do. Maybe leave a link to your YouTube channel or some information about that. The other thing is if you're trying to do it the other way around, if you're trying to get speakers for your live stream, you go into the About page, you find the speakers' contact information. If it's not there, maybe look for them on Twitter. That's another relatively popular place to find folks that do this. But you contact them through there and say, hey, this is what I do on my live stream. I think you'd be a really interesting guest. Would you be interested in coming on? And you'd be surprised. I've had Nick Nimmin way back in the day when I was streaming guests and asking questions. I had some pretty interesting and fun guests that I would consider to be way above where I was at the time, and they were more than happy to come on and hang out with me. So you'd be surprised. Nobody on YouTube's going to big league you. You can pretty much ask anybody. Some people obviously are strapped by time. I'm not sure Mr. Beast is going to go on anybody's stream and spend 3 hours, but it never hurts to ask. It really doesn't. YouTubers know that it takes time to get to where they are, and if you're putting in the work, they're much more interested in working with you. So there you go. Well, yeah, not everyone, of course. There's always caveats, but most of the time you're not going to get big time. You'll get folks to come on your stream. Just cast a wide net. That's also smart. Contact 5 people. Maybe you get some information from 3 of them that you can use. So just cast a wide net and you should be okay. Here we go. What you got, babe?
Okay. The next question is from Lord Diablo Gaming.
Hello, Lord Diablo Gaming.
How do you get 7.1 surround sound to work on OBS? I put on 7.1 as the channel and set the proper setting, but nothing works or captures in 7.1 audio.
That's interesting. Well, let's go over here to the tutorial because I don't really know anything about 7.1 audio. So let's go into settings and let's go into output and streaming, and maybe it's in audio? I don't know. Sample rate, channels. I don't know where you would even go to set up 7.1 audio in your stream, to be honest with you. You've got your bit rate, but I hope you're not using this. This is the track structure. I don't know where else it would be. Maybe in advanced. Priority process, normal, enable, stream delay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about setting up 7.1 audio, so I would be just as in the dark as you are. But I will say this: if you're setting up 7.1 audio or something for your live stream, there better be a really specific reason why you would be doing that. Because let's be honest, the audience, you don't have microphones in your room to pick up the audio in 7.1 or anything like that. You're basically just causing stress to yourself, because getting something like that to work on a broadcast just doesn't seem likely. If you look at the way that these the audio comes through, you've got your relatively low sample rate. Can that even carry 7.1 audio? I don't know. Not that I'm aware of, or I can't imagine that it does. If we go into audio, I mean, maybe 320 will carry 7.1, but yeah, I think you're probably putting in a lot of extra work for something that may not even be possible. So in other words, you might be broadcasting a video that's in 7.1 surround sound, but as far as OBS is concerned, it's stereo. There's no way that I can see to input different channels or anything like that. And even if there was, that means that you'd have to set up, 7.1 microphones to pick up the audio, so it would be, so it would work. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's go get another question. All right, babe.
Okay, this question comes from Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
wanting to know how can you add live captions to your stream?
Awesome. This is another good one. So let me go over here. Now it depends what you mean by live captions. Like I can caption the I can caption this right here. Like I can put the logician's comments up on my live stream. This is done through Twidget. So if you're interested in how to do that, to bring chat live into your live stream, Tech Examine will put a link, or the logician, one of the two, will put a link down in the chat so that you can check that out. Now, if you're looking to put captions in a more direct fashion in your live stream, there are ways to do voice captioning. I think I might have done a video on live voice captioning for your live stream. There are actually some services that are coming online. They use Google Caption. And I haven't really done a video on them yet, but they are starting to come online. Let's see, add captions to your stream. So this video right here will add captions and lyrics to your live stream. There's also Allstream Hub if you want to control the captions. And that video, I believe we just posted a link to not too long ago. I'm not sure if, let's see. Let me post a link to that video as well, because that's a really good one if you want to control your captions yourself. The other one will kind of do auto captions, the one I posted first. And then the logician just posted the Twidget video, which will do the live captioning of your chat. And then this video will do live captioning that you set up beforehand, and you just click when you want the captions to come up. So there are a couple of different options there if you want to check it out. And let's go get another question. Hopefully that helps you. All right, babe.
Okay, this is the second question from Matthew Kelly.
Hello, Matthew.
Yes, he's basically saying he wants to set up a Q&A stream. How many subscribers will be best to wait till you pull up a Q&A stream to have people come? He did try to do it, but he doesn't feel like he's ready because not a lot of people showed up in the chat.
Okay. Well, let's go back here. Okay, so this is a great question. You know, theoretically, people ask questions in your comments all the time. If you're a live streamer or you live stream regularly, people ask questions in the chat. You could just jot those down. If you just do regular video content and you're thinking about doing a Q&A video, well, go through the comments of your videos and write down questions or whatever, or just things. People always write different stuff. So just create a whole bunch before you ever go live. And then when you go live, if you don't have a big crowd, you can just bring up, you know, the captions on the thing saying so-and-so asked, and then just answer that question. And then, because you don't have a lot of people showing up, you might get 5 or 6 questions in the audience. You can answer those along with the ones that you've already collected from your comments section and your other previous live streams. And so that might be a way that you can do a Q&A without having to have, you know, 50 or 100 people in your audience. And that would probably work. It just takes a little bit of extra preparation. That way you keep the questions coming even when there might not be anyone physically in the stream to ask the question. So hopefully that'll help you out. Let's go get another question. All right, babe.
Okay, this question is from Indy.
Hello.
It says, on a digital method, I need something that takes only the vocals from a mixer or USB audio interface and displays an ASL for it.
Huh? Can you repeat that?
Yes. On a digital method, I need something that takes only the vocals from a mixer or USB audio interface and displays an ASL for it.
Okay, so I'm thinking that this is another question about captioning. So basically, they want to be able to play a song in the background or something. Sign language maybe? Is that what ASL is? Jeez. Wow, that's really interesting. I don't know of any service that does that yet, but that would be really, really cool. American Sign Language. Thank you so much for clearing that up. I appreciate that. And excuse my ignorance. No, that would be a really, really cool service to have somebody. I guess you'd have to film somebody doing the sign language, and then you would have to have a way that would go through the captions of what's being said and pick the right little video sequence, or maybe it could even be an animated sequence that's done in something like Blender where it uses 3D hands on a green screen. But yeah, that I really that would be awesome. I would definitely love to see somebody do that. But honestly, probably your best option is just what somebody said. You might have to hire somebody and put a camera on them, and they can sign your stream while you're doing it. Boy, that would probably be expensive. But maybe you have a friend who's hearing impaired that might be able to help you out. Wow, that would be a really tough thing to set up, but it would be really cool if somebody could. That's a lot of programming. That would be awesome. All right, let's get another question.
Okay. This question is from Robotrix. Robotrix. Robotrix?
Robotrix, huh?
Okay. Question. Have you had a chance to test Chrome extension live chat overlay? And do you think it might be less CPU demanding than Twidget since it is a browser extension? I ask because I don't use Chrome usually. Thanks.
Okay. Well, let's go over here. This is actually really interesting. First of all, I haven't had a chance to check out the plugin, so I'm going to have to go back to this question in the live stream, write it down, and maybe go check out that plugin. I will say this. Nothing is more resource intensive than Chrome tabs. Nothing. I once, a few months ago, I did a giveaway on my live stream, and I was wondering why everything was jittery and crap. And it turns out it was actually a Chrome tab that ran wild. In fact, someone just asked, they like the headphones, they want to know what they are. These are the Zone Wireless headphones from Logitech. And a couple of months ago, we gave away a set of these and some other things, and we were on the Logitech website during the live stream to show this stuff. And literally, the Logitech website nearly crashed the stream because it took up so much clock cycles. So you got to kind of be careful. And Twidget's very, very light. It's very light. It's very simple. It is a program, but it doesn't take up a lot of clock cycles. So if I had to guess, I'd say that Twidget is a smaller package than using a Chrome tab would be. But I want to check out that Chrome tab and see, or the Chrome extension, and see how it works, because I think I'm really fascinated to see, what it does and how it works. So I guess that's the best I got for you on that. The answer is I don't really know until I use the Chrome tab. But what I'll do is I'll definitely write that down when I rewatch the stream and go and check it out. Man, the chat is just going crazy. I want to go over here and take a quick look at how we are doing on this live stream tonight. 83 viewers. That's awesome. Guys, I'm so sorry that I didn't stream last night. We had to move it to tonight, and I'm honestly, I didn't really expect a whole lot because I thought, well, it's the wrong night. We already postponed it once. So thank you guys so much for coming by and asking the questions. It really means a lot. And if you haven't left that thumbs up, please do. I really do appreciate it. Let's go. I'm sorry I wasn't able to answer that question better, by the way, but we do what we can. Let's go and get another question from the Monica question cam here. And here we are. We're doing it. Hey, what's up, babe?
Hey, how's it going?
I heard you got a friend down there.
I do?
That's
Who?
what I hear.
No.
No, you don't have any friends?
I don't have any friends. I don't have any friends here with me at the moment.
Oh, you don't?
Not even
You don't have a
Dusty
little
or
button on
nothing.
your computer that will show me the friend? No? There's none of that?
No, none of that.
Fine. Well, then maybe you should just ask the questions.
I should ask the questions.
Hey,
Hey,
hey. Come on. Hey, I need to say something.
I know. I know.
Come on. Come on,
You're
buddy.
gonna.
Hey.
I
Jeez,
can't
look,
even, for
Right.
some
needs to be
reason,
that needs to be said at a whim.
yeah, I can't even, I don't know, for
You
some
can't
reason.
join us in?
No.
I need I need my own setup there.
Oh, wait.
I'm not part of
There
the
we go.
broadcast. What the hell kind of crap is that? Hey. Hey, what's up, Monica?
Hey,
Hey, baby.
hey, what are you doing down there?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get noticed down here. God, look at that hair. Yeah.
I know that
For
is some
some-
fine hair.
For some reason, Monica won't put hers on. I don't know why.
Come on, baby, put yours on. Let's see what you look like.
What? Which one
Yeah.
is that? I
That's three
forget.
gorgeous people in a room at the same time. I mean, not that
Is
you
it?
need it.
This one? I forget which one it is.
It's called comics. No, this is us.
Oh,
Yeah.
There is no overlay. This
There
is
we
it.
go.
this is
Yeah,
it.
baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
Haha.
yeah. There you go.
hey, are you cruising the internet later on?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll be
Yeah.
around.
I've been looking for her, but you know.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you got rid of Monica because now it's time for Bionica.
Oh man.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Oh.
Right.
Bianca.
Yeah.
Bianca, perhaps. Bianca.
No, Bianca.
There we go.
All right.
Now we get a good shot of that.
There
Man, that
it is.
does
There
a
we
that
go.
does a number on your shirt, baby.
I know. I know.
Looking
Whose
good.
shirt? This isn't Monica. It's Bianca.
That's right. This is Bianca. Yeah, I pushed that Monica chick out of here. She is gone.
Yeah, that's
All right.
it, baby.
No more.
Yeah.
The little magician almost choked on his ice cube. Hey, we got, and this is only possible because of the new Mac. We've got Monica down there streaming on the new Mac so that she can do these things too. She definitely has now a response to the harassment Hoff.
I do. I do. I'm not sure what it is, but
Oh, man.
Bitchy Bianca. Yeah.
Bianca.
All right. Well, let's get some more questions in before people get angry.
Yeah.
All our messing around. He's my kind of creep, yeah. Oh, you know how to turn it off, Pumpkin? There you go.
I just did. Yes.
Well
yes.
done.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Okay. Our next question is from Pikachu.
Hello, where are you?
I'm going to ask this question as it's written, and hopefully you could figure it out. It says, how to make a thing around webcam.
Oh,
That's a pretty broad
I'm assuming,
topic, no?
yeah, it is. I'm assuming they're talking about a webcam frame or something like that. Let's go over here to the tutorial screen. I want to show you guys something frigging epic, okay? So I don't even know, I might not have it on here. I don't have it on here. So what I can do is, can I do it? Maybe. Well, I'll do it later. All right, so let's say you wanted to make a frame around your webcam. It's pretty simple. Let's say we wanted a little bit of an animated frame around my webcam. Well, I could just go and I'm gonna grab a media source. Doesn't matter which one. So we probably should use the same media source I always use because life wouldn't be the same without getting this video on here at least once during every live stream. So boom and boom, and then let's go and move the media source down below my camera, and then what I can do is just shrink the media source up, and we're gonna put it like this, and then we can use the arrow keys to finely tune it. And we'll move it over here a little bit, down. And then I'm just going to crop it up a little bit more over here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Crop it up a little bit more over here so it's even all the way around. And now we have a nifty little border around our camera. And you can create camera borders really easy, just like that if you want to. And it adds kind of a fascinating thing. That video will loop. It's it's a really long video, so but that video will loop. It'll make it look like I have some animation around my camera. It's a little bit of border. If you're interested in more really cool tricks like this, I did a video not too long ago called How to Build a Full Live Stream. If Tech Examined or the Logician could go ahead and post the link to that in the thing down below, that would be fantastic. The other option that you could do, if I switch over here to my main screen, up here in the sponsors thing, there is something called Owned. Owned Pro and Owned TV both have different ways that you can get assets of the kind that you're looking for, which will actually add transitions and everything else. If you use Owned Pro, it actually installs an extension into OBS. So you could just go through the cart and see which ones you want, click the download button, and boom, it will populate a scene collection in your OBS with all of the kind of stuff that you're looking for in like 5 minutes. It's really, really awesome. Tech Examined just posted the link to build a live stream, which I think will be the kind of thing you're looking for right off the bat to get you started. It's really, really pretty simple to use. And there are a lot of different effective ways to add dynamic overlays and that sort of stuff to your live stream to make it really easy for you to do the kind of things you want to do if you don't want to spend a little cash and pay for it yourself. I also have lots of videos out there on camera overlays and how to do them for free. For example, if you wanted to do a camera overlay similar to the one I'm using right here, with this animated box, or if you wanted to do a camera overlay that's similar to the one I do here, which is just kind of like this smoky outline. Well, I show you how to do both of those things in videos on my channel that came out recently, and you can check those out as well. Let's go get another question from the beautiful Monica.
Okay, are we ready?
Aussie Wheel says he just made some overlays from Owned 3D Pro yesterday. Oh man, it's so easy, honey. You install it in your OBS and you've got like hundreds of overlays to choose from, and you can
Wow.
it's ridiculous. You can modify them and edit them. You could use a different one every day of the week. It's really cool
Nice.
stuff. Actually, there is a link in the description, guys, if you want to check it out.
Nice.
All right, babe.
Okay. Okay, this next question is from Savas. Savas. A few days ago,
Savas.
what?
Savas.
Savas. And I apologize if that's not the correct pronunciation. A few days ago, after the last OBS update, the lower third app doesn't work. Do you know what happened?
I do not, but
Yeah,
I
OBS
do know.
happened.
OBS happened. I do know that there is supposedly a fix. I didn't get a chance. I got a new machine this week, which is the reason why I didn't live stream yesterday, and I live streamed today. But just so you guys know that YouTubers are awesome, and I include myself in that bunch. Let me see here. There is a one of my fellow YouTubers who did a video on this very subject. Just today, I think, on how to fix that problem. So let me see if I can find it. I think that's the right name. Nope. Oh, there's no Y there because I'm a moron. There's the one. Nope, that's not it either. Could somebody go to Scott Fitcher's channel and grab that for me? I can't figure out how to pronounce his last name. I'm a moron. I believe, oh, there it is. The logician already posted it in there because he's so much faster than I am. Go to that logician link that he just put in there is a video that shows you how to fix that problem. And you know what? Scott is also a pretty doggone awesome live streamer. So, or not live. He's just, he does lots of great content on live streaming as well. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you. That's what I'm here to do. Help people. All right, babe.
Okay.
What you got?
This one comes from Angry Badger Minis.
Well, hello, Angry Badger Minis.
Is there a way to live stream background music in OBS for my audience, but also be able to hear the same music on my own without it bleeding through the mic?
Yes. They're called headphones.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes, let me show you a perfect example of this. So if I go over here into one of my donation screens, let's do this one. Mwah. Hello everyone. It didn't actually do my voice, which is not cool. Hold on, we'll get it. There we go. Yeah. So I can hear this in my headphones, but it doesn't bleed into my microphone. And that's how you do it. Yeah. Just showering me with love. Wow, I need to fix this. Hold on. I don't know. There's like an extra capital in there. All better. Thank you. So that's how I would do it. I don't know where that crazy lady comes from. But she's still here in voice alone.
Your voice, yeah.
There we go.
That
All
Angry
right.
Badger did say I can't hear them through my headphones.
Oh, well, let me show you how you do that. All right, so excuse me. Let's go to the tutorial and let's show Angry Badger how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and click plus under my sources, and we are going to let's add a video capture device first since my camera's not in here. We're going to add snap camera, and we're going to go down here and we're going to use our microphone. And in this case, I'm using the voice mod. Boom. And look, my camera's looks all locked. Oh, there we go. It came around. And then I'm going to click the plus, right? And I'm going to go and add a media source. And this media source is just going to be some music. We'll go into OBS. We'll go into our current live stream. And we're going to go to our music. And let's see, what do I got here? I don't know what we got. I don't know which one of these are the stream tunes. It probably doesn't matter because you're not going to hear them anyways. Anyway, we'll just pick a song. This is music. I usually loop it because obviously I'm using it in an instance, but you're going to be playing it however you want to play it. The whole point is that it's in here. So here's our media source right here. It's playing in the background. Now obviously you can't hear it, I understand that, but if I live streamed right now, my video capture device, which is my microphone, would be going out to the live stream, and the media source would be going out to the live stream, but I can't physically hear it. So the first thing you want to do is in settings, make sure you go into audio and you have your monitoring device set up to your headphones. So in this case, I would want to set it up so that I'm hearing, so it would be, what is it? Right here, Zone Wireless. Okay, so now I have my monitoring device set up, so I'm going to hear it in my headphones. Then I want to go to my media source and click this little gear button, and we're going to go to Advanced Audio Properties, and we're going to go to our media source. This is our music, and we're going to set this to monitor and output, which means I'm monitoring it in my earphones and it's going output. And now I can hear it, and it's good. Oh yeah. It's my members' music. All right, so that's how that works. Now, so then you can hear the music, and they can hear the music. Now, just keep in mind, it's one volume. So you're going to hear it in your headphones at the same volume that you're sending it out. If you adjust the volume right here, you're adjusting it in both locations. So just keep that in mind, but that's how you can do it. And of course, you can adjust the levels by adjusting your volume on your headset and all that stuff. So that is how you set it up so you can hear your music without having it go out over your speakers or something like that. And let's go ahead and remove that. That was my member music. Now I've got that in my head. We're definitely going to need to hopefully get a member this stream so we can hear that. All right, babe. What's the next question?
Okay, next question is from Richard Wooster.
Well, hello, Richard.
He says, I am a programming dummy. I am used to a hard printed copy to study. Where can I get a book for OBS programming?
Well, OBS isn't really programming. It's just a program. I actually was contacted by a group who wanted me to write a book on OBS, and it just turned out to be way more work and effort than I really felt like it needed to be. With that being said, if you go into Google and you just search for OBS tutorials, there'll be some videos listed, but there'll also be some articles listed. People do take the time to walk through different processes in OBS to tell you what the settings mean and all that sort of stuff. So that would be where I would probably go. Let me see if I can show you an example here. Let's see. I'm going to go to the tutorial screen really quick. And let's see, OBS text. Let's see if there's any instructional. So right here, the OBS project. This has, basically written information on how to use text. And it has, and it's written as a technical document, but it tells you all the different settings in here that you can change. And then it's going to give you, so this stuff is all written out somewhere. You can find it if you want. Let's try another one. Let's OBS add video. I know. Well, a hard copy book would be nice, but I don't know of any that exist. And so you can go into some of these places. Some people wrote articles on how to do it. And honestly, the technical documents inside OBS are pretty cool. If we go to the OBS project, and then we can just go, you can go to help, and right here, wiki guides will walk you through almost anything that you could possibly want to do in basic OBS, from the install instructions to quick start, studio, sources guide, filters guide. All this stuff is already in here. So if I wanted to know more about the basic filters that come in OBS, you could go in here. It has the mask blend, the crop, the color correction, scroll, color key, how to add a LUT, the chroma, sharpen. All of that stuff is in there. So you can go right in here, and if I want to know about color correction, this is going to give me all the information that I need to know. So the information is out there. It's just not really in hardcover book format, unfortunately, but I do understand. But hopefully that helps you to find, at least find the information that you can digest it in a way that you like better than videos or something like that. Let's go and get another question.
Okay.
All right.
Question from Amy. Is it better to use nested scenes over just placing elements onto a layer? Does it reduce lag, or is it just for convenience?
This is a good question. So I can't answer to whether it is. I can't answer to whether it introduces lag. I've never experienced lag introduced into my live stream from using it. What it does do is it allows you to set up scenes that it allows you to do something only one time. Let me show you an example. So let's make this a nested scene. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to rename it. We're going to call this NS overlay. And we're going to do basically the same thing that I showed you guys how to do just a moment ago. We'll shrink up this video here, and we'll add a fun background to it. And let's see here. No, we got to go down here, and we got to go here, and we'll loop it, and boom. And we're going to shrink this down, and we'll put it behind our source, and we'll just shrink it again, and we'll shrink it again, and then we're going to just crop it over here to make it like that. All right, so now we've got a nice little webcam looking thing. Let's say that we wanted to use this in a bunch of different scenes. All we have to do is go to scene 2, click the plus, and then we just go to scene, and we can add that overlay right in here. And here's the best part. It moves around together with the background. So I don't have to add the background again. I don't have to fiddle with it. I can just take this entire collection and move it around. So anything that I do in the nested scene is going to carry over. So let's say I wanted to add a filter to this. We wanted to, I don't know, let's do a little bit of color correction. Why not? And so we wanted to add a little bit of, take a little brightness out, well, make it saturated so I look like Donald Trump. And, well, you know, so we can do that. Well, when I close that out, I can go in here and you can see it's already there. I didn't have to change anything. I could still move everything around. It's exactly, you know, I only have to set it up one time, and then I can use it in whatever thing I want. So that's the rub right there. It just makes it easier, which I guess was your question. And that's why it makes it easier, because you can create your assets. You can create very complex assets in a nested scene and then use them over and over and over again without having to recreate them. So there we go. Let's get another question.
Okay.
Yeah,
Next
the hair's
question.
not quite there. I know Donald has some great hair. What am I gonna do? I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you are. All right.
What you got,
The next
baby?
question comes from Neo.
Hello, Neo.
Neo
He is the one. That's what I hear.
He is the
He's
one.
not number one though. That'd be Smitty
No.
Wormer Jaegerman Jensen.
Oh yes, there's actually a question from Smitty coming up next. Let me ask Neo's first because I
Okay.
did bring him up here. What is the
Alright.
best live streaming app on a Nokia C1 Plus without overlaying?
I don't know. I don't have a Nokia C1 Plus. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
I mean, for all I know, it sounds like it could be a phone.
See, Neo,
So-
I told you, I answered that in the comment section, but you still didn't want to keep going. And I told you, Michael said, you don't have one, so I don't know. So,
So what is a Nokia C1 Plus? I don't know.
So-
Let's go find out what a Nokia C1 Plus is. It does. Nokia Nokia C1 Plus. It could be a plus. There we go. What is it? Is there a picture? It's a phone. You know what the best live streaming app for your Nokia C1 Plus is? YouTube. See, because what you do is you go into YouTube, right? And then you just you go into your profile and you just click go live, and then you film it on your thing. I did it for almost 2 years. Believe me, it will work on your phone. You can do it that way. I did use I did use Streamlabs has a plug-in you can use on your phone. That worked okay as well, but you don't have to get 500 subs to stream directly to YouTube if you use the Streamlabs plugin. So there's that. That's always an option. I didn't find it to work great, but it works. So there you go. I can go live from my karaoke shows each week. Oh, I go live from my karaoke shows. I gotta catch one of Diabag's karaoke shows. I'll bet you they're entertaining. I just have a feeling. Let's go get another question.
Well, this question is now from Smitty Werber Jägerman Jensen.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Yeah, what?
He was
Number one.
He was number one. I know. I know.
totally
but
was.
Smitty just wants to know, where can he watch the replay of the live stream?
Oh, hell yeah. You know what, Smitty? You could probably watch the replay on my archived YouTube live channel, and Tech Examined or the Logician will put the link down there. And I think I'm a couple of weeks behind. It'll stay up on here for 24 hours or so, but after that, it's going to go away. And also, you know what? I want to talk about this on the main screen. I got some splaining to do. Okay, so also I'm going to start going live on Twitch because there are videos that I want to do on Twitch that I need to get a little bit of an audience there, make partners so I can do all of the types of things that you guys are asking me about on Twitch. So I am hopeful that you guys will join me on Twitch for what is going to turn out to be a hilariously stupid, really horrible, mostly testing live stream of death. And I'm going to do some VR stuff, and it's going to be fun. And if you're interested in joining me for the extremely hilarious, bug-ridden live stream of death, you are welcome to do so. Tech Examined will post the link in there. And shockingly enough, my Twitch channel name is The Worst Gamer on Earth. And you will all bear witness to that. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to try to figure out how to do some really epic alerts in while live streaming in VR. I'm going to show you how to add your chat to the live stream in VR. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. And I can promise you right now, the frame rate's probably going to suck and everything is going to go wrong. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have fun with it. So if you want to check that out, I haven't decided on a day, but it's going to be very soon. And Tech Examined will drop the link in the description there if he can find it. I think I posted it over on our Google site earlier today or yesterday. He could drop that in there so that you guys can go and follow along there so that you get notified when I actually do decide to go live. And you can all point and laugh at the epic stupidness of what I'm trying to do. But it should be fun. It should be fun. So also, for those of you who came by last night to the live stream that never was, will it be worse than yesterday's attempt of a live stream? Kurt, it will definitely be slightly better than that because I guarantee I will actually make it live. Eventually, I will push the go live button, and then you're going to get to see the horror of how bad it is. So that's definitely going to happen. We're going to be live streaming using multiple PCs. We're going to do all kinds of testing, and it's going to be crazy. So, yes, Toolmat, it is Thursday. And the reason why we are live streaming on Thursday instead of Wednesday is because my machine last night was not cooperating. So I had the entire stream. For those of you who do not know, I just got a new PC. And I had the entire stream all set up, I thought, and ready to go. Michael and I, Tech Examined and I, spent the entire day testing Mac live streaming to see how it would go, and it went really, had some really interesting results. So that video is coming up soon if you're interested in live streaming on an M1 Mac. But we spent the whole day testing that, and I didn't even bother to test my PC because everything always works right on your PC. I'm sure it's fine. Well, we go live last night, and everything is working except for I cannot hear my guests at all. Cannot hear my guests. And and I just got so frustrated and pissed off that I blamed it on Windows 11. Windows 11 sucks. So I spent last night completely wiping the machine and putting Windows 10 back on there, figuring, that's going to fix everything. And I spent most of the day testing with Michael to make sure that it got right. Well, tonight I'm setting up for this live stream again, and I'm going back and forth between Monica downstairs and me upstairs to get everything right to have the Monica question cam. And I notice that the Mac, she's using my new Mac to stream on tonight. I noticed that my Mac had my headphones in it. And shockingly, my headphones were connecting from up here to down there. So I'm guessing that the reason why last night's stream went bad is because I had my headphones set up to connect here and down there, and it basically just canceled everything out. I literally couldn't get any audio from different aspects of my live stream. I never would have figured that out had I not gone down there and messed around with that machine today. But believe it or not, the entire live stream was sidetracked because of a stupid mistake on my part that I never would have saw coming. And that's how these things work, guys. When you're troubleshooting a problem like Echo or anything like else like that, you just got to kind of go down the line. I basically wiped an entire machine clean because another machine was grabbing the audio from my headphones and I didn't even know it. So there you go. Had your headphones set up on your new PC? Yeah, it worked perfectly fine until I booted up the machine downstairs that I had been testing with all day long yesterday, and then it just went awry. So I apologize for missing last night's live stream. That is totally on me, but now you guys know exactly what happened. What did that say? I don't really like Windows 11 haters, but because you do such good videos, I will make an exception. Paul, I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm a Windows 11 hater, but I will say that I struggled a bit getting it set up, and I've been using Windows my entire life. I'm not super comfortable with it just yet. I may eventually, when I get this machine perfectly 100% running in Windows 10, then I'll probably go and upgrade it to Windows 11 again, because let's face it, there isn't any way that we're going to be able to get around it. Do I use a Microsoft account? I avoid it if I can. I avoid it if I can. Let's get another question. But thank you guys for coming back and hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. I realize it was a disappointment that we didn't go live last night, but you guys stuck it out, and that means a lot to me. So thank you guys. Let's get another one.
Okay.
What you got, babe?
Okay, this is actually a question from Paul, the CEO.
Well, hello, Paul.
He says, every time I go to record a Minecraft video with OBS and play, and my fingers are not on the keyboard, OBS messes up my game and walks by itself. Can you tell me why it does this and how to fix it?
Huh. I don't... So basically it sounds like there's some sort of keyboard lag going on. What I would probably do is I would bring this up here, and you can go in here and you can see what processes are running and what they're using up. As you can see, Snap Camera takes up an ass load of processing power when you use it, which is why it can doom your Mac if you're not careful. But if you go over into performance, you can go through your memory in your CPU, and you can actually open Resource Monitor, which will tell you different aspects of what's going on. Something is running, so it's forcing when you don't have your thing, it thinks it's still going, which means it's slow or delayed, and it has like that backlog of key presses. So it only happens with OBS. Huh. That's it. Well, are you watching in OBS? Because you have to realize that OBS does have a slight broadcast delay depending upon how you're doing it. Yeah, so what I mean is you're releasing, and it probably is releasing at the right time, but if you're watching in OBS, it takes it a couple seconds before you see what you just did. And I think that might be what's going on here. So you should probably play it directly on the monitor, not play it from watching the preview in OBS, and you'll probably be okay. That's my guess. Let's go and get another question.
Okay.
All right, baby.
All right. This one is from Mags FPD.
Well, hello, Mags.
For owned overlay packages, do they provide an easy way to add or change a logo or color scheme directly, or would you have to do it manually in OBS?
Okay. This is an interesting question. Let me go over here to my main screen. So I'm assuming that you're talking about the OWN TV overlay packages. And I haven't had a chance. I've been using OWN Pro, and I absolutely love it. But you're right. It doesn't give you a lot of access to adding your own logos and bumpers and banners and that sort of stuff in there. Which, if you use OWN TV, I know you can go in there, modify, and edit, as far as I know. So in order to not sound stupid and tell you that something is possible when it isn't, I'm going to have to revisit your question next week, and I will download some stuff from OWN TV this week, and I'll check it out and see how easy it is to modify it, edit it, add your logos and that sort of stuff. And I will get right back to you on that. Let's go get another question. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, because in this particular case, I should be able to be a lot more specific, but I just haven't had time to poke around in OWN TV as much as I should have. So that'll get taken care of this week for sure. All right, babe.
Okay.
Do you got a
All right,
fan going on in there?
What?
You got a fan going on in there?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it's a heater.
Your hair's looking... Oh, my gosh. All right.
Come on. It gets a little chilly sometimes.
No,
There, I
it's
turned it
fine.
off.
I just noticed
Turned
your
it
hair blowing. We couldn't hear
Yeah.
it. It's fine.
Oh, okay. All
You
right.
could leave it on.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, this question is from Richard, and it's a bit of a longer one. So I'm going to read the whole thing so you can understand the whole question. He says,
All right.
I am an amateur ham radio operator and record and or stream some conversations. Due to programs running and using certain ports, I am forced to bring the ham radio audio into the computer via LAN connection with software designed for controlling this radio by LAN connection. Once I
Okay.
start recording or streaming, the audio from my radio starts cutting out and the skipped frames due to encoding lag skyrockets. What would be the best way to solve this or begin looking into how to improve this?
Huh. Okay. It's... All right, let me go over here. So what baffles me about this question is that you're getting skipped frames due to encoding lag. But since the information is coming in over the LAN, I'm wondering if there's not a bottleneck. In other words, I'm wondering if your computer is not able to receive the information fast enough to process it well enough to send it out. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking it could be one of two things. The LAN connection is not bringing the actual audio information into the machine fast enough for it to process it and send it back out. So you're getting that render lag. Or it's possible that your incoming stream of the audio is interfering with the outgoing stream of the video audio stuff, and you don't have the bandwidth to actually keep up. But if that was the case, then that would show up in a different way. And let me show you what I'm talking about. If that was the case, that would show up here. So this is my live stream so far. Right now we're using 1.9% CPU usage. You can see that I haven't missed any frames due to render lag, and I had no skipped frames due to encoding lag. In the question, did he say it was render lag or encoding lag? Okay, all right. So, and then right here, I have 0 frames due to network lag. So your problem appears to be encoding lag. Now, the encoder is the method that's used to take that video and audio signal and create a package that's compatible with streaming outwards. So it does all the rendering of the video first, and then it encodes it together with the audio, and that's what the encoder is. So for some reason, your encoder is not capable of keeping up at the proper speed. So you want to go and check, go into your settings and go into your output and see what your encoder is set at here. Because whatever you're trying to do, it's not able to keep up. Now, it sounds like since you're basically talking audio for your stream, go in here and set your bit rate for decent audio, but you can go into your streaming section, and even if you're using 264, you can turn your bit rate down pretty far. Because if the stream's whole entire purpose is just audio, if you turn your bit rate down and you turn your quality down, you're not going to affect the video quality because it's mostly audio. You're streaming ham radio stuff. So turn your bit rate down, turn your quality presets down. If you're using X264, it'll look a little different. So you turn your bit rate down right here. You turn this, you make this ultra fast. It'll give you a worse quality video, but if the purpose is to get the best quality audio that you can, you know, maybe go in here, jack the audio quality up, and then go in here and jack your video, your CPU presets to ultra fast, and you turn your bit rate down a little bit and see if messing with those settings will help your machine encode better. Because if you don't have like an NVIC graphics card that does the encoding for you, I'm guessing that's your problem. So there you go. Because the audio is the most important part of the stream, I think you can adjust your bit rate down. Because if you look here, let me show you my stats window. If you look here, it shows you my my current bit rate. So my current bit rate is 6,083. Now my bit rate is set at 6,000. So anything over that 6,000, that's the audio. That's the audio. So 6,182. I'm pretty sure my audio bit rate is set somewhere around 160. So anything above that is going to be there. He commented in the chat. Which one am I looking at? Hoosier Ham. It's also video, so when other view the video, others view the video, they can see their signals on my radio. Yep, so you're having an encoding problem. So you're probably going to want to go in and it's probably more than likely you're using X264, which, if I'm being honest, is just a really poor encoder from a processing perspective. So your only way to do it is to adjust the bit rate down, set this to ultra fast, and deal with slightly less high fidelity video at the expense of having a stream that goes off without a hitch. The other thing you can do is do a 720 stream instead of a 1080 stream. So lower your resolution. I recently did a video on how to optimize your live stream. If Tech Examined or the Logician could drop that in there, I think that video might actually help you out on maximizing your ability to do what you got to do. Oh yeah. Hello Simplicity, thank you so much. Mike, I don't know why I took so long to finally get through my thick skull that OBS or Stream Elements is better for streaming. Thanks for your help. Oh, well, Simplicity, I'm always happy to help. I know that eventually folks will come around. Hoosier Ham says it was set at X264. I'll change the settings to see what works best for that. Yeah, and Hoosier Ham, check out that Optimize Your Live Stream video. I get into it a little more on if you need to resize your video, how you can do that. You may not have access to anything but X264 if you don't have a graphics card in your machine. But if you do, well then that's going to solve your whole problem. Thank you, Simplicity. Simplicity is another member of the Streamer Squad, and I really, really do appreciate that. If you are interested in becoming a member yourself and joining the Discord, the Streamer Squad option is down below using the join button. And it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Right. Woo! Thank you so much. And let's go get another question. Everything seems to be working okay now with the hotkeys. I don't know. I guess maybe it just has to warm up a little bit.
Maybe. Maybe it's all the time you took just messing around with it for the past day and a half.
Maybe. I beat it into submission.
Yeah, I think you did. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
I might be.
Okay.
I'm as
all
ready as
right.
I'm gonna be. How many questions do we have? What are we on?
We have 37 questions, and this is question 20.
Oh my. Well, I don't want to be here until 11 if I'm being perfectly honest. So let's go ahead and close out the question form for now. And maybe we open it up again later on, but we'll see. For now, we're going to do this.
Okay.
There we go. Let's do it, baby.
Okay. I mean, if you could whip through these, we might be able to open it up again. So
Maybe. I mean,
we
but that's
shall
17
see.
questions, so
I
we'll
know.
see.
I know that's a lot of questions. Okay,
By
this
my
one comes
math.
from.
By my math. My really
Oh,
poor
yeah.
math.
Math.
Yes.
Don't give me math. Okay, this one comes from Kenile. Kenil? I don't know.
Kennel?
Kenil. Apologies for the butchering of the name. He's rubbing off on me when it comes to butchering names. I apologize. I have a problem when I'm streaming to Facebook.
Uh-oh.
What?
Ah, donkey.
We're going away. Yeah. Uncle Teba Bite. Hello, it says keep it up for a pint. Absolutely. Thank you so much. What do you guys think of the new music on the stream, by the way? I did get attached to the... Oh, it's just going to flip us back. It just does that. We're going back. We're going to go for the... We're going to go to this one. But I'm really digging the new music.
I think it's fun. It would be nice if the voice changer would work properly.
There we go. That's probably better. But yeah, you can definitely check out StreamTunes. There's a link below in the description, and it's totally free. Totally free. No catch. No nothing. Uncle Tababee Bite. This little ditty is for you. It's brought to you by Uncle Tababee. I wish I knew what that meant. But it is a cool little icon with a cowboy hat and stuff. I like it. Yeah. Squeaky chair. Oh. Alright. It's time to get back to questions. Thank you so much, Uncle Tababite. Oh, but it just got to the good part of the song. Oh, yeah. There's something wrong with me. I know. All right, babe. I think it's...
Question time without the voice this time.
Yes, without the
So
voice.
just when I should have never said that the hotkeys were working. Because see what happens?
Yes. That's always the way. Always the way. If you want it to continue working, don't say anything.
Yeah.
If you want that kicker to make that kick, don't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, the logician, somebody asked a question about the voice changer. If you're interested in voice mod, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that who is it? Tech Examined or the logician can put a video in there that shows you exactly how it works. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's do another one.
Okay. This is from Kennel. I have a problem when I'm streaming to Facebook. It says here it logs in Chrome but not in OBS. I don't know if that means lags or if logs make sense here. He says, what should I do?
Uh, well, I guess the right answer is probably not to stream in Chrome. But I mean, I'm assuming you mean it lags in OBS and not in Chrome. And if you mean that, yeah, right. Well, that's not really lag. That's latency. It's going to be different because it takes a few seconds for YouTube or Facebook in this case to encode their video on their end and then show it on the screen. So if Tech Examined or the Logician could put in the link down in the chat the video that I just did about a week ago talking about the difference between lag and lag. Because I think a lot of people are confused. You shouldn't be watching your stream on Facebook to see what's going on because it's going to be 3 seconds behind or more. Let's see. I forget what I actually called that video. Oh, you are wrong about lag is the name of the video. If somebody could possibly post it, I'll put a link in here as well. There we go. So definitely check that video out. It will explain what is fixable and what is not fixable about your situation. But when you talk about it's in Chrome, I think you're talking about the delay between your stream and how long it takes to get to the actual Facebook on Chrome, and that's latency. There's no way to avoid that. There's nothing you can do, my friend. If there was a way to fix it, then you wouldn't see people on ESPN doing their live hosting gigs, and then they ask the person who's in another part of the country a question and wait 30 seconds for them to respond. That's latency. If ESPN can't fix it, we're not going to be able to fix it at home either. So just keep that in mind. Let's get another question.
Okay. Next question is from Brian. He says, was there a major glitch on Sunday? Twice my laptop maxed out OBS 7.2. I uninstalled everything and started over.
I don't know by a major glitch. Where would the major glitch be?
I don't. If you don't know, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not aware of anything. At least not with OBS. OBS is the same every time you start it up on your computer. So if it's not glitching one day, it's not going to glitch the next day either. If you're talking about was there a problem with whatever streaming service you're using, I don't know the answer to that. So let's get another question, baby.
Okay, this one comes from Sad Tapir.
Hello,
Or
Sad
Taper.
Tapir.
Yeah.
Sad
He says,
Taper.
I do a live multicam cooking, music, hangout stream with my wife. I use a Yeti mic to pick up the entire room's sound. The sound is okay, but picks up a lot of background hum. What would be the best audio solution in your opinion?
Okay, let's go over here. The best audio solution I use is a shotgun microphone. Points directly at me so it can hear me. This kind of solution would work if you're working in a kitchen or something. The microphone can point directly at you. There are actually less expensive options than the one that I use. Mine's a Sennheiser MKE that it is a fairly expensive mic, and it's also XLR. But I do have an example of something that could work for you that's relatively inexpensive. Just give me a moment here. Let me see if I can find it. All right, so a microphone, something like this right here, which this has a dead cat on it, of course. This blocks wind noise, which you don't need in your kitchen. So you can remove something like that, maybe. Or if you're like me, you can't. But essentially, so this microphone will plug directly into a camera like a DSLR or something like that, which makes it really easy to set up. It has a hot shoe so you can mount it on top of your camera. And this will point directly in to wherever you want your audio to come from. This is probably the best solution if you don't want to deal with a bunch of lapel mics. And this is like I think this mic was like $150. It's battery powered, and it does have different settings, so you can set it for more sensitive, less sensitive. But basically, you point this mic in the direction of the people that are talking, and you don't have to worry about any noise from the background or any noise from the sides. It just picks up the sound coming from the front. Super, super, super easy to set something like this up, plug it in, and it just works. Oh no, it's happening. I think it's gonna happen.
Sad Tapper just became a member. Thank you so much, Sad Tapper. I've been wanting to actually do the membership for so long. And it's been a couple weeks since we got a member, and I do appreciate it. And all of you folks out there, thank you so much, Sad Tapper. I appreciate it.
Let's see.
Oh, look at me. There we go. All right. Did I answer the question?
Did you finish? That was actually said. Yeah.
So the Rode shotgun mic. The other solution would be a lapel mic. You can get wireless lapel mics that you put on, and you can plug them into your computer directly. But of course, that would mean you need one for you and one for your wife. It makes it a more complicated stream because you have to add multiple mics, and you have to actually find a way to add both mics into the computer. Now, needless to say, most computers have a microphone jack on the front and a microphone jack in the back. Whether that will separate audio properly or not, I don't know. But to be honest with you, one of these costs about $150 for a shotgun mic. Two wireless lapel mics is probably going to cost you double that. So this is probably your best option for better quality sound without all the background noise. So hopefully that helps you out. I think at one point I might have had a link for this somewhere in my gear section if you wanted to check it out. But this is like the Rode, it's like the Procast or something or other. It wasn't a very expensive microphone. It's a pretty inexpensive kit. So check that out for sure. I really enjoyed it. And that's why I ended up using the mic that I have now, because I'm just a big fan of shotgun microphones. I don't want to have a microphone in my shot. You guys notice most live streamers, they're sitting here with the big giant microphone like they're crooning or something. That's not me. I want to be able to move around and have some fun. So there you go. Let's get, oh, we're already here. We can get another question.
Already here. Yep. Next question comes from Mr. Diamond.
Mr. Diamond, hold on a second, because Savas Axalaris says, even if you made fun of my name, I'm Greek. Thanks a lot for your help. Savas, it's a rite of passage, my friend. I am horrible at pronouncing names, so I do apologize. But, yeah. I mean, I called Onion forever, and his handle was Orion. So, you know, it's kind of a rite of passage. Unfortunately, I'm just horrible with names, and it's become accepted. So I love you, my friend. I apologize for butchering your name. Let's get it done, baby.
Okay. So Mr. Diamond asks, he says, I've been enjoying your videos. You cover everything with OBS. Do you ever expand your videos to include Stream Deck tips?
I did a Stream Deck video, and I kind of wanted to do a video soon about my Stream Deck setup and how I string together multiple scenes into one thing and all that sort of stuff. So if you are interested in the Stream Deck video, that Mike loves to butcher names. Aussie Wheels, man, I actually don't love it, but it's the way it works. If you're interested in the video that I did on setting up the Stream Deck, just the basics, the Logician or Tech Examiner will drop a link in the chat. I will be doing a follow-up video where I talk a little bit about my setup that I use, which you can't see, and I can't pull it back far enough to get it to focus. But yeah. I add mute buttons. I use one press for multiple scenes. I obviously have all my faces linked in there and all kinds of other trickery that I do with it to activate the voice and the face and turn them all off and stuff. So I'll definitely be doing a video on how to set that stuff up at some point, and hopefully that'll interest you. All right, babe. What you got?
Next question comes from Focus Pocus 2011. I stream on
Hello.
YouTube. I stream on YouTube using a 2011 MacBook Pro. After
Cool.
tweaking the OBS settings, thanks to one of your videos, things are smoother, but I am suffering with audio glitches. I stream my DJ sets live, but the audio is spoiling the stream for me. Any help would be awesome. Also, I use Blackhole 16, again, thanks to one of your videos.
Cool. Yeah, I'm guessing that, and if somebody could post the jittery lag video thingy. It's not the newest one because that's not going to help this individual. He needs to be able to troubleshoot his streams so he understands what the problem is. I mean, we know what the problem is, if I'm being honest. Those old Macs just aren't, they're not very good at live streaming. So you're probably running into encoding questions. There's the link, and the Logician just posted the link as well. I believe it's the exact same video. He is so fast. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna go over onto my tutorial screen for a second and bring up my stats window. You got to be able to figure out how to read the stats window here to understand what's going on. And I just had everything, of course, go all wonky on me. So now I have to bring it all back up. I don't know why it did that. There we go. We have the stats window. I'll get it. There we go. But I explain how to read the stats window so you understand what's causing the problem. But what happens is, I'm sure you're getting like really crackly audio and that sort of stuff. And usually that's because when you go into your encoder output setting, you're encoding in X264, because more than likely you don't have any other option on an older Mac. And the only way to really fix that is to scale down your stream. I talk a little bit about how to do that in the video that the Logician just posted. And then I did a newer video called You're Wrong About Lag, that also shows you a little more detail about how to resize, or actually not You're Wrong About Lag. I did a video recently called Optimize Your Live Stream, which goes into a lot more detail about how to optimize your stream to get the best out of it. And I'm guessing you probably already saw that. But if you're having problems, you first got to kind of test your stream using this tool right here, and then watch that other video, and it'll tell you exactly what's causing the problem. And then you can use some steps to tackle it. But I can pretty much guarantee you, if you're using an old Mac, the answer to your problems is probably old Mac and X264, unfortunately. So I wish I could be more give you more information than that, but that's the unfortunate truth. What's the next question, beautiful lady?
Next question is from Joshua.
Hello, Josh.
Is there a way to chroma key a stinger clip?
Absolutely. In fact, I might be able to show you how to do that. Oh, a stinger clip. No, there isn't. There is a way to. Wait, hold on. No, nope. There is no way to chroma key a stinger clip because there is ways to do it for alerts, but there is no way to do it for a stinger clip. Unfortunately, I was trying to think, and let me just verify that just for fun. We'll go into properties here, but I'm relatively certain that there isn't any way to do it. You can use a track mat. Audio. Nope. There is no way to chroma a stinger clip, unfortunately. That kind of stinks, but you just have to export it with alpha, and then you don't need to chroma key it. Yeah, the logician asks a very good question. What scenario would require you to key out a stinger? You should be exporting a stinger using a format with alpha. So like QuickTime uncompressed with RGBA, and as long as you're saving it out with the alpha, you don't need to chroma key it out. It should be fine. So yeah, unfortunately, there's no way to do it otherwise. Yeah, but and you can modify it in to a WebM as well with the. You still need to use the alpha mat though as a WebM. So there you go. All right, babe.
Okay. This one is from Disc School.
Disc
What's the
School, huh?
Disc
Or
School.
DISS.
Disc School.
Okay. All right, cool.
What's the best camera and mic price range for beginners live streaming?
Okay. So this is all dependent upon what you're talking about. If you're just going to be live streaming, you probably can get away with a webcam. You're not going to get this. That's just not possible on any of the current webcams. And the Logitech, I think it's the 920, C920, is probably a pretty good place to start. I think it's relatively inexpensive. It's, I don't even know. Is it like $120? It might be less than that. But the Logitech C920 is probably the pretty good standard bearer. You're not going to have problems with it. Everybody has used one at some point. So if you have a problem, there's going to be a million videos out there on how to fix it. When you're just starting out, that's what you need. You need support. You need support. You need to be able to get help when you need it. And that's why using the most common gear makes the most sense when you're just starting out. They're $60, so they're not cheap, but they're not expensive. And CryptoPunky is asking how he can be famous. Well, I mean, the easiest way is like to climb to the top of like the highest building that you know of and jump off. And chances are everyone in your town will know your name very quickly, but it's probably not a smart thing to do. Being famous is, I don't know. Some people might be looking for that sort of thing, but I don't know that that's a lofty goal. I don't know if that's a good goal, but it is a goal. I use a C922 webcam from Logitech. Yeah, so Aussie Wheels has one, and if you use one of the 920 ones, be truthful and faithful. Indy, you are right. You gotta be you gotta be true to yourself. But yeah, well, maybe that wasn't the best answer I could have given, but you just oh goodness. Yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? I never had the itch to be famous, so it's difficult for me to relate. But doing your own thing definitely is part of how you can help to make it happen.
That's right.
I guess it's the difference between famous and infamous. There are ways to be famously infamous as well. But yeah, not my thing. I just want to help people. So Aussie Wheels is running 4 of the C920 cams. Man, he's got himself covered from every angle. Sweet. Let's get another question, Pumpkin. let's get away from the how can I be famous question.
Okay. All right. This one is from Breezy Gaming. Says, is there any way I can do the color effect you did in the camera, the one that had the colors delayed? I was wondering if I could also do it on Streamlabs. If not, how can I transfer it there?
No, you could do it on Streamlabs. It works exactly the same. You just use a green screen, or you use one of the green screens without a green screen type methods, and then you just add a filter, and it works in the exact same way. I want to win the lottery too, Richard Wooster. I'm totally down, baby. I'm ready to win the lottery. But you know what? If I won the lottery, I'd still do this. I love doing this. This is fun. Let's get another question, beautiful.
Okay. This one is from Your Future Son.
Oh, hell. Nice.
I know, right? As saying, I recently started streaming gaming and is growing slowly, but is growing. He says, I've come to notice that I get more viewers when I use a camera, even though I do not really do anything that you need facial reactions for. I stream games and believe that games can hold a lot of information for the viewer, so my face there would block some of it, which makes sense. Do you have an overview or any statistics of whether or not having a face cam is something that the viewer subconsciously or intentionally would be more likely to watch? What is your personal input?
All right. Yeah, this is an awesome question. Let's go over here to the main screen. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you. I don't have any statistical evidence that it's better to have a webcam, but I will say this: anyone can play a game, and if Joe is playing it and Fred is playing it, the game is going to look exactly the same, and people might hear a different voice or a different personality, but at the end of the day, it's exactly the same. What makes the stream different and unique is you, and that's why having a camera for your live stream game is so important. Your viewer can find a connection with you that they can't find just by watching the game. So I definitely think that it's important to have a webcam when you're live streaming, no matter what it is. And I certainly know a lot of gamers who would make the argument that that's not the case. I just think they're wrong. At the end of the day, if you really want to grow, your audience needs to have a connection with you. And it's really difficult for them to do that if they can't see you. So I personally recommend having a webcam or some sort of camera that makes you visible. And I think that most people who have been live streaming for a long time would back me up on that. But again, I don't have any statistical, empirical evidence to back it up. But you know what? Yeah, there's a reason why people watch female gaming live streamers if the female's attractive. So obviously, the ability for people to physically see you on stream can have a dramatic effect on people watching. And that doesn't mean that you can't be successful if you're not, an attractive person, because you guys are watching me. You just got to have a personality, be fun, have a good time, but they want that personal connection. They want that personal connection. So let's get another question.
Okay. This question is from Jay, and this is one, it harkens back to last week, because I do remember this. The question is still asking how to remove the audio caption on Facebook when I'm live streaming. It is that speech text, the writing that keeps coming up when you make a speech or sing a song. That's what I need to remove. How can I remove it from my live stream? The way that I have my
so
Facebook
it's doing
connected.
live captioning.
Live captioning? Okay,
That's
so
what it
I have
sounds
Facebook
like.
connected to Restream, and Restream is connected to OB Sides. Here we go again. OBS IDES. OBS Stream. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Through OBS to restrain to my Facebook platform. So if there's any way how to remove that speech text.
I don't know. Let me show you what I know, which isn't much in this particular case. But we'll go over to the tutorial, and this is the only thing that I can figure is if you put on a video. I don't know if I don't use a lot of them on my videos, but there might be something here. So if I go into the video, and then right here there's a CC button. You see that? And then it'll put the text on the screen, and if I unclick the CC button, the text goes away. Oh boy, Fiverr advertising on my thing. That's pretty rich. But anyway, so I don't. If I put it on here, there we go. So it's gonna show those texts up, and that's the only thing that I can think of that would possibly be what you're looking for. And Michael's losing his stuff at the thought of Fiverr advertising on my videos. But hey, whatever. They instead of coming to me directly to sponsor, they're just gonna advertise the video. I really appreciate that, guys. That's pretty epic. For those of you who don't know why that's so funny, I did a video on Fiverr not too long ago, and let's just say it didn't go well. It didn't go well. If you want to see it, I'm sure Tech Examine or The Logician will put a thing in there. It's a great story. It is a great story, but it's one of the reasons why I endorse companies like Owned, because you actually get what you pay for. So the ads are being served by Google. Yeah, I understand that, Kurt. But you have to understand that when advertisers decide to advertise, they decide what channels and where to advertise. In other words, so there you go. If you're interested in that, the Logician just posted the thing. It's pretty entertaining. All right, babe. What question are we on?
31 of 35. So we're almost
All right,
there.
so we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty good. Let's wrap it up.
Okay. All right. This question comes from Dimebag Darren.
Hello, Dimebag. Nice to see you again, my friend.
How can I get a 7-second dump for my live streams on OBS? Is there any way to get that safeguard that radio stations have?
Oh, I love that question. I think there is a dump button. Let's go into my settings here. I'm almost positive there is a dump button here somewhere. And if there isn't a dump button here, I'm pretty sure you can configure one in OBS. It doesn't look like there's one here. Now, obviously, you got to stream in OBS. Let's go over into OBS here. And what we can do is we can go into settings, and we can go into general. And I know there's a way. Multi-view studio. Preview. System tray. Video. Let's see. Recording. Replay. Here it is. Stream delay. So you can enable a stream delay and preserve a cutoff point to increase the delay when recording. But you can set up a stream delay right here. And I'm almost positive that setting up a stream delay gives you the opportunity to use a hotkey as a dump button. But I don't know the actual facts on how to use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out for you, and I'm going to do a video. Because I think that is actually... I think that's actually a really, really, really good question that I'd like to know. I'd like to know myself. If you've got somebody on your stream, they say something really foul, like telling somebody to jump off a building, you want to be able to dump that out. You just click a button and it dumps it out. So I'm going to do the research and find out, because I think that is an awesome question, make for a great video, and I want to know. So it is possible, though, in settings, in advanced, right here under stream delay, you can set it up. It's just a product of how you can use that, and I will find out for you. Let's get another question. That's an awesome one. I like that one.
Okay. Next
Yeah.
up is Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
How can I add custom chat box theme in Stream Elements, like in Streamlabs?
Well, let's see. I'm going to go over to my tutorial screen. We'll go over here. I'm going to go to Stream Elements, and what I'm going to do is go to my overlays. We're going to go to edit this one since I'm not really using it. And what you could do is, I don't know, do they even have a chat in stream thing? I don't know if they do or not. Super chat, sponsors, other engagement, merchandise goals. I don't know that they have a chat capture. And let's be honest, the chat capture works poorly. I use Twidget. So basically, if you're not aware of what Twidget is, the guys will put a link in the chat to set it up. But Twidget is the chat that you see if I go over to my main scene. That's what's displayed right here. You can do that. I can also select text from here like this to post it on the screen from my buddy the Toolmat. So that's Twidget. That works awesome. But let me give you another solution if you don't want to download Twidget or you're on a Mac. So let's move me over. Well, it doesn't matter where I am. Does it? No, not really. We're going to click the plus. I'm going to go to window capture in this case. I have my chat undocked, so why not use it? We're going to go to the YouTube live chat. Bada bing. Smacko. Right there. Now it's in my OBS. All I have to do is hold down the Alt key, modify it up. So we remove this stuff. And now we have a nifty little chat overlay. Now, in the new version of OBS, they actually have a way that you can make this translucent. So if I were to right-click on it in the new one, I can go into filters, or you can edit the way this looks just like you would in Photoshop, which is super cool. So that means that if I set it up to pin light, that the background on this would just disappear and it would just be the text. So actually the new version of OBS has that in there. I was meaning to do a video on it, and then New Machine happened. But that's the easiest way to add text into your live stream without without using Streamlabs or Twidget. I recommend Twidget, and even so, Streamlabs kind of works rarely on occasion. The new version of OBS 27.2. Yes, that's the one, Aussie Wheels. The new version of OBS has a thing in here where if you right-click it, you can actually change the layer style or whatever. I don't know what they call it, but so it means that I could change this to pinned, or I could change it to overlay and remove the black background, which is super, super cool, man. I love it. I love it. Oh, I just removed the wrong thing. Look at me. Look at me, Willie. Yeah, Willie. I don't know where Willie is. All right, let's go. I guess we need to free Willie, don't we? Let's get another question. Don't have anything to say about that, do you?
Nope, nothing. Okay, this
All
one
right.
comes from Michael Montgomery.
Hello, Michael.
Says, I need help finding a good editing software. Can OBS do that?
All right. The answer to that is no. OBS is not a good editing software. OBS is a great recording software, so I can record my video. If I wanted to go in here, I can record my video, so I have it all. And then I can take it and put it into an editing software and use that. If you're looking for a free solution, DaVinci Resolve is the one to use. It is unbelievably powerful, even with the free solution. I have some videos out there where I show you how to use DaVinci Resolve, but if you're interested in checking it out yourself, you can just type DaVinci Resolve in Google, go check it out, and download the free version, which is unbelievably powerful. And if you decided that there were features in it that you needed to have that aren't in the free version, which I still haven't found, but you might, then you can pay for it. It's like $260 one time. It's not monthly. It's not yearly. It's like one-time payment, and it's amazingly powerful. Most feature films use DaVinci Resolve to do their color grading, so that gives you some little bit of insight as to how powerful it is. I don't personally use DaVinci Resolve, but all the tutorials that I do that show people how to do something in an editor, I always use it because, of course, it's free and everyone has access to it. So that would be my first solution for you. It's definitely the least expensive solution, even if you pay for it. Because if you end up in the Adobe ecosystem where you're using Premiere Pro or After Effects, well, it's a never-ending rotisserie of payments and crashes. So why subject yourself to that when you could just learn DaVinci right now? All right, babe, what you got?
Okay. This one's from Alan Udy.
Hello, Alan Udy.
Is there a way to add sound to a transition you didn't create?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the way that you add sound to a transition that you didn't create is just to load it up in DaVinci Resolve and drag in the audio that you want to add in there and add it in there, and then make sure that when you line it up to where you want the actual audio to go, and then when you export it, make sure that you export it in a format that has alpha. There are a couple of different ones in DaVinci Resolve, like uncompressed QuickTime BGRA is in there. I show how to do it in a couple of my videos, and then I just usually export it with the alpha, and I run it through a program that turns it into a WebM Shutter Encoder. It's called, and there's no link in the description down there. In fact, right now it's not actually on my machine. It's one of the programs I didn't install yet. But Shutter Encoder is free. You can check it out, and that will turn it from that uncompressed format into WebM. You just want to go in, you drag it in there, you set it to VP9, you go to the advanced properties, make sure that you save the alpha, you export it out, you're all set. So Encoder X264 is trash. Actually, the Encoder X264 looks really, really, really good. It's just, it only uses the CPU. It doesn't use the GPU. So it basically is it's very hard on your computer. That's what the problem is with the 264 encoder. It's not that it's a bad encoder. It's going to give you great picture quality. You just need a supercomputer to really use it at any kind of resolution. So, all right, let's get another question.
Okay.
Thank you, Aussie Wheels, for posting the Shutter encoder. I appreciate that. Sorry, honey.
That's okay. This is the last question.
All right.
This is from the Poggers Gamer.
Well, hello, the Poggers Gamer.
And any tips for growing my subscribers and or fan base?
Okay. Yeah, let's go over here. So, the easiest way to grow, and I don't know whether you're talking about, I don't know why Hip Hop Mentor is shouting at me, but don't do that. Also, it's distracting me. So the long and short of it is that if you're going to want to grow on YouTube, I'm assuming you're talking about YouTube. The best way to do that is to use recorded content, because recorded content that's between 6 and 12 or 20 minutes or whatever is something that people will search for, find, and YouTube can share. YouTube does, you can grow a live stream, but it's very, very, very difficult, because once that live stream is done, YouTube's not pushing out a 3-hour video. Nobody's watching an old live stream. If you take that old live stream and you clip it up into interesting segments and reproduce it as a video with a great title and a great thumbnail, then you've got a chance to attract new people to your channel who can watch your live stream. So you can live stream and you can be very good at it, but you attract new viewers and new people to your live streams with pre-recorded content. So I am working on a video for a solution for folks who want to be live streamers, are not editors, but would like to grow on YouTube by producing pre-recorded content. I really think that this solution is going to be a big help to lots of folks out there. So that's coming probably in about 2-3 weeks, somewhere in that realm. And I really think that you guys will enjoy it. Thank you, Aussie Wheels, for posting the DaVinci Resolve thing as well. I appreciate it. You guys have been awesome tonight, my moderators. You guys have been epic. So but the best way to give to grow on YouTube is to give YouTube what it wants. Give it what it wants. So whatever kind of content you're trying to do, go out there, look at other videos of people that are doing similar content, take cues from them, make it your own style, do that, and YouTube will share those videos out just like it does the other ones. It just takes a lot of it takes a lot of practice to get to the point where you're giving YouTube what it wants. So don't give up, keep working at it, but there are definitely tools out there that can help you, and pre-recorded content is probably the best solution. Give YouTube a 6 to 8 minute videos that it can share out to other people. and there you go. Let's get another question. Hey babe.
Hey.
What's going on? What's the next question?
We are finished with the questions. We asked the last question.
What do you mean we asked the last question?
I mean, the form was open. We took questions. We closed the form, and now we asked the very last question that came in before the form was closed.
My
So
goodness.
I have no more questions to ask.
So Michael closed the form, huh?
Yep, Michael closed the form.
Oh my goodness. Why would he do that?
Well, we can only go for so long.
It's just not right. It's, all we want to do is answer questions and stuff, and now you're saying it's too late. There's no more questions, and it's all Michael's fault. What?
I'm sorry, but
Quit
you know
complaining.
what? We have next week.
Yeah, there's always next week.
There's always next week.
All right.
I always love doing baby at the end. Hey guys, you are the best. Thank you so much. You got anything to say for yourself, Pumpkin?
Yes, I did enjoy tonight's stream. There was quite a lot of chat going on in the stream, and there were plenty of new faces that came in. We don't usually stream on Thursdays. We stream on Wednesdays, so we will be back next Wednesday at 7 Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern
7
Standard
p.m.
Time. The only
Yep,
legitimate
Eastern
time zone.
Standard Time. Yes. So we will be back then. You guys can bring your questions or bring new questions, and we'll answer them, and we'll have fun all over again. So you guys
and
enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, usually that one's 3 hours too, just so you guys know. We're running a little quicker tonight, but usually the Wednesday streams we give it a little more time. So,
Yes.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Onion's taking us away.
Uh-oh. Thank you, Onion.
Is it gonna happen?
I don't know.
Disco Viking. Siberian Foxclaw says, for your new chair, make sure to get an office one. More comfortable. But then, I won't be having the dragon chase me. You hear it? It's the eagle coming! It's coming! Run! We gotta get out of here! Oh my gosh! It's coming! It's coming! The crazy thing. But another quarter, it will squeak faster. It wouldn't be as much fun if it didn't squeak. But you know what? I'm gonna get a new chair. Just for Siberian Foxclaw. And then, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a real dragon to chase me. No, not a real dragon. A real face me. Yeah. Thank you, Siberian Foxclaw, aka Onion Kincaid. Let's go get it done.
Do the baby.
The baby.
Do the baby.
All right.
Hold on. We're gonna hook it up.
Just for you.
Oh, that's
There we
scary.
go.
Okay.
Yeah. Baby.
right. I
What?
am going against the better judgment here because I'm just seeing a lot of crying in the chat. Papi Ocho 67 asked a question earlier about a computer, a PC, what PC to get, what specs.
Oh, okay.
And that look on the baby. He's really and I got rid of it because, we're not a help desk here and, but he made me feel bad. So
Okay.
he wants to know just an idea of a minimum spec for a PC to stream.
Well, from a CPU perspective, I don't really know. You're probably pretty good with any of the last generations, i7s or i9s, any of the current generation i7s or i9s should be fine. I don't know anything about AMD chips, so I couldn't tell you. As far as the graphics card goes, anything in the 20 series or a 30 series. How do you do that? My daughter will love it. It's called Snap Camera. And there's the Dusty coming in for a visit. So,
And get lots of
20,
memory on your computer.
20 series, 30 series, those will work. If you're you could probably get away with 16 gigs of RAM if you are not gaming. If you are gaming, you should get at least 32 gigs of RAM, and there you go. So i5, i7, last generation, this generation, 20 series or 30 series NVIDIA card, and 16 to 32 gigs of RAM, depending upon what you plan to do. And there you go.
There you go.
I hope that helps you, my friend.
Thank you, Michael. All right, so I guess that's it. Look at Dusty. He's looking at us like, dude, my food train is not giving me the chow. What's
I
up
know,
with that?
it's like it's late for treats. Way late for treats.
IT baby, you know it. All right. Well, we'll talk to you later, honey. Thank you so much for reading the questions for us.
Yep.
I really
not a
do
problem.
appreciate it. You did an
See you
awesome
guys.
job as usual. And love you.
Love you. See
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me here tonight. I really do appreciate it. The cat is real, yes. I'm really sorry about last night, and I'm so excited that we got the chance to come and live stream tonight. If you want to join my live streams that I do games on, I don't know how long they're gonna be. I can almost guarantee they're gonna be horrible, and we're going to be testing lots of things and having a lot of fun. The name of the channel on Twitch is The Worst Gamer on Earth, all separated by underscores. One of the guys will leave a link in the thing down there, so you can come and check it out if you'd like. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming, but I do know I will be back here next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of you guys to come and hang out with me. Thank you so much for the new members tonight, and thank you so much to anyone who donated or contributed to the stream. It really, really does help me out. These amazing sponsors. Couldn't possibly do this without them or you, so thank you guys. As I always end all my streams, guys, you can do the exact same thing every day. You're not going to remember anything. So try to do the best that you can to make every single day memorable. And one of the best ways to make your day memorable is to go out and do something nice for someone else. It's going to make you feel good, and it might just make someone else's day. You could end up with a friend for life. Can't be a bad thing. And you know what? Let's face it. Nobody's going to make the world a better place. It's up to us to do it. So go out there and do that stuff. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. And we will see you again next Wednesday night, if I don't see you on Twitch first. And 7 p.m. 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way. That is the only legitimate time zone. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Today's video is sponsored by Envato Placeit. Placeit is a marketplace for all kinds of assets that can help you with your YouTube channel. Things like art and live streaming and video. Oh yeah, there it is. Just for you, brother. Nice. Let's see if Goltao has a message for us on this fine evening. He always does. He is waiting for that moment, and I want to make sure, because you know what? I really screwed Goltao last week when I did not read his message. Goltao says, "You failed to read my last donation. Dusty needs his screen time." Oh, you're the best, man. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Oh my goodness. The worst part is that according to Stream Elements, that $1 super chat came 3 hours ago. So I don't know how that's possible, but I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm just gonna accept that. It is. That's funny. Thank you so much, Goltao. You are the best, and thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with me. Man, I couldn't possibly do this without you. Today's video is sponsored by Envato Placeit. Placeit is a marketplace for all kinds of assets that can help you with your YouTube channel. Things like art and live streaming and video assets. You can create amazing face cams and live streaming overlays really easily. There are hundreds of templates, and each face cam and overlay can be modified with different designs, colors, text, and text fonts. The process is super easy, and you can even incorporate your own logo, or if you're like me, your own Placeit design logo, and you can put it right in your design. This gives you an infinite number of overlays and face cam possibilities for your live streams. And they're so easy to create, you can use a different one every time you live stream if you wanted to. So please, click the link in the description and check out Envato Placeit for yourself. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. Supporting the sponsors helps me keep the lights on here so I can continue to make content that helps you. And I couldn't possibly do this without them or you. So thanks. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.